conditions made on babysitting Ivy, that I would drop her off by 9 so we could hit the trail early. That seemed to satisfy his worry that we'd be lugging a 2-year-old with us up to Porter's Peak. The trail, winding through Jefferson Mountain, boasted a few steep inclines a toddler's legs couldn't handle. On the other end of the spectrum, at 35, mine barely could. I pulled away from the church and its dead, heading out of Jackson Creek. Nestled deep in the northwestern part of North Carolina known as the High Country, most of Jackson Creek sat in a valley surrounded by the Blue Ridge Mountains. It was the second week of October in an election year. Campaign signs were a common distraction. It was prime time for the newspaper business, too. Ad revenue for the month of October tripled. There were members of the Board of County Commissioners, Town Council, School Board, district judges, and even the sheriff spending money with me and the Jackson Creek Chronicle. As the owner and publisher of the town's only newspaper, they hated me when I divulged their dirty little secrets, but they loved me when they needed me. A few minutes after leaving the church, I turned onto the unpaved road leading to Trish's rented, single-wide mobile home. Tires bit at the sparse gravel, sending chunks of rock and rich dirt into dust-filled plumes. Trish's older model SUV sat parked at the end of the drive. "See, I told you she'd be home." I treated Cole to a motherly grin. Ivy clapped her chubby hands while saying, "My house," over and over again. The toddler defined cute. Sandy blonde hair that fell just below her shoulders in upturned waves, eyes the color of emeralds with lashes long enough to sweep the floor, and cheeks full of adorable chubbiness. I had no idea who fathered Ivy, so couldn't say what he donated to her gene pool, but I'd swear under oath that she got her smile from her mother. Trish's smile was a gift from God, natural, not the kind you saw on magazine covers. I parked behind Trish's SUV, then lifted Ivy from her car seat and propped her on my hip. "Cole, will you put her car seat in Trish's back seat?" Ivy pointed a chubby finger at her house. "Mommy?" "Yep, we're going to see Mommy." I climbed the 3 concrete steps and knocked on the front door. It partially opened from the knock. Ivy squirmed to get down. Just as I put her down inside the door, I remembered her overnight bag still in the Tahoe. "Cole, can you bring me her bag?" Stepping inside, the odor smacked me so hard I could taste it. Vile and coppery. I covered my mouth and nose to keep from gagging, then fought against it hard and called for Trish. My heart quickened as I called again, this time more urgent. My eyes followed a trail of blood running from the front door through the kitchen, disappearing around the corner. It marred the cheap carpet and pooled on the kitchen linoleum, glossy and slick. Ivy toddled through the kitchen, oblivious to her tiny shoes smearing the blood. "Mommy!" My heart beat faster, gaining speed with each rancid breath. Ivy was walking right into whatever lurked around the corner. Adrenaline pummeled my fear. "Ivy, no!" I bolted toward her, skittering in the slick blood on the kitchen floor. Rounding the corner to the hallway, I jerked her up into my arms, shielding her eyes from the ghastly sight. She squirmed against me, crying for her mommy. I wanted to cry too, but the shock overtook the sorrow. My heart lodged in my throat, stealing my breath. Trish was on her back in the hallway, her arms and legs splaying in different directions. Her once beautiful face was now a gorged-out cavity of bone and tissue. Blood pooled around her body. Ivy fought against the confinement of my chest, babbling for her mommy, not understanding her mommy would never answer. "Shh, baby, shh, it's going to be all right," I lied. My stomach lurched. I rushed outside, my heart ready to explode. I fled down the front steps, Ivy's confused cries echoing in my ears. In the yard, I shoved Ivy at Cole, screaming for him to take her, then sank to my knees and vomited.